What's up? This is Jonathan Washburn, hashtag the Dean of Mortgages. Are you ready for college football? I'm ready for college football. If you stay tuned till the end of this video, you'll actually get to hear who my predictions are to make the college football playoff this year. Who's it going to be? Probably not Notre Dame, but hey, stay tuned. All right, so my name is Jonathan Washburn, hashtag the Dean of Mortgages. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/C/the Dean of Mortgages to get all of your mortgage information that you'd ever need. Today, I'm actually going to talk to you about a really awesome loan program that a lot of people don't even realize exists. All right, did you know that there's a way to get into a home with no money down at all? None, zip, zilch? There is. It is called a USDA loan. All right, what is a USDA loan? A USDA loan is a loan that's funded directly or it's guaranteed by the United States Department of Agriculture, okay? Basically, the gist is this. You can buy a home for 100% financing with low mortgage insurance as long as you buy it in a certain area and as long as you make less than a certain amount of money. Now, usually when you hear something good like this, like, oh, you can do 100% financing, and you hear that there's a catch, you just assume that the catches are really big. So there's actually a lot of myths that exist about the USDA home loan process, and this is what people believe. Oh yeah, you can do 100% financing, but you gotta buy a house way out in the sticks, and you gotta make like $10 an hour or less, or else you don't qualify for it. Well, actually, that's not true, okay? So first of all, a lot more of this country qualifies for a USDA eligible loan than you might realize. If you just type into Google USDA property eligibility, a big map will come up. And basically everything on the map that is in orange means you can't use a USDA loan there. But if it's not in orange, you can. And you would not believe how much of this country you can actually use a USDA loan for. You hear, oh, it has to qualify as being a rural property. So that you think that means you got to live way out in the sticks. But like, let's say you live in Mentor, Ohio, where I live. All right. You can't use a USDA loan in Mentor, but if you drive like 10 minutes south of 90, all of that area is USDA eligible. If you're from Charleston, where I'm from originally, right, you can't use a USDA loan downtown Charleston, but like certain parts of Somerville, Moncks Corner, areas out there, all of Ridgeville, all of Orangeburg, all these places that you can live in the city and still use and utilize a USDA loan. All right, so check it out. If you're looking to stretch out a little bit, maybe you don't want to live downtown, you want to stretch out a little bit, have a yard for the kids to play in, you might be able to use a USDA loan and get a really good deal, 100% financing, or we'll talk about some of those other benefits here in just a second. The other thing is there are income limits for a USDA loan. So if you're a millionaire, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry that you're a millionaire. Like, hey, good job. Kudos to you. Good job by you. Great work on that. If you're a millionaire, you can't use a USDA loan. But you don't have to be making $10 an hour to get a USDA loan. In a lot of this country, if you make like $85,000 or $90,000 a year, which I think that's pretty good, decent living, you can use a USDA loan, even if you make $85,000 a year. So the income limits are actually a lot higher than you probably thought. In addition to being able to finance the entire down payment, you can actually get much lower mortgage insurance on a USDA loan as well. So for instance, if you get an FHA loan, the mortgage insurance is 0.85% unless you put 10% down. And if you put 10% down, then it's 0.8%. A USDA loan's mortgage insurance is 0.35%. Less than half of what the mortgage insurance costs on an FHA loan. And if you have a conventional loan, but your credit score is not that great, you could be paying like 1% or even higher for mortgage insurance. So the USDA loan has a lot of great benefits. I was able to just close a USDA loan with a friend of mine today. They actually got money back at closing. They got all their sellers, all the closing costs covered by the seller. They paid for an appraisal. They paid for earnest money. They got the appraisal money and the earnest money back today. That's how great the USDA product loan process was for them. So if you want to buy a home, you're thinking about stretching out a little bit, call me today, ask me about the USDA loan. Like I said, it's a property that's there for everyone. It's there for a lot of people to use, and a lot of people just don't know about it. And if they do know about it, they believe things about it that actually aren't true. All right, so before I let you go, I do want to talk to you about my predictions for this year's college football playoff. I'm not going to just go chalk. It'd be really easy for me to be like, hey, I think, Alabama and Clemson in the final again, like it is every single year for like the last 9 years. I don't think that's going to be the case, okay? I'm going to go off the board with 2 of my picks, but I really think they have a good shot, okay? So I actually think that this is the year Alabama's out. I think Tua is amazing, but I don't trust his body. I think he plays less than 8 games. Alabama, you're out. So who is in the final football? Who else is in the final 4 of the college football playoff? Well, Clemson, obviously, they've got like 47 NFL players on their defensive line. No one's going to beat them this year unless they choke like they used to back in the day. Hashtag Clemsoning. All right, another team that I think is almost a lock is Georgia. Jake Fromm is back. Lots of experience on that team. An unbelievable defense. I think it's going to be Georgia and Clemson as the 2 favorites going into the college football playoff. I think we're going to see 2 off the board, though. I think Texas is going to have a really great year with Tom Herman. I know not a lot of people are picking Texas right now, but I believe in you, Texas. Ellinger, it is your turn to shine. I think that team is going to have a good season. Who's my 4th team? Well, I live in Ohio, so you might expect for me to say the Ohio State Buckeyes. No, I think the Buckeyes are done. You lost one of the greatest coaches in history. Who knows who this new coach is? You'll probably win 9-10 games because you do every year. You'll lose to Iowa or Purdue or Wisconsin on the road again by 30 points. You'll be really sad. You'll complain about it. I actually think, I can't believe I'm going to say this, I think this is finally the year that Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines put everything together, make it to the college football playoff. Who wins? Georgia over Clemson in the college football championship. Georgia, first title in what, Eric? Is it 1981? When was it Herschel Walker? Was it all the way back then? I can't quite remember when Georgia last won it. But I think it's the year for you guys. This is Jonathan Washburn. Hashtag the Dean of Mortgages. School is out. Play like a champion today.